Okay, what we want to talk about here is why free trade isn't free. And as an operations manager over the years in the steel and automotive industry, and then as a teacher, professor, I look at the numbers and do the research on this, and I'm amazed that America even sells any products when we get into the disadvantages that we face. Let's go over a few of these. What's in American product costs that other countries don't have? Well, one thing you have to realize is the first thing is there's currency manipulation, okay? And that's by the United States and other countries. Our policy for too many years has been to keep the dollar high. When we keep the dollar high, that hurts our ability to sell products overseas, okay? So, while economists tend to like to keep the dollar high, manufacturers like to see it low. But when the government sets a policy, they have to realize that they're putting our manufacturing at a disadvantage, okay? Let's look at another thing, government regulation and support. We are the most highly regulated country in the world industrially, and that gets into our product cost. If you take a $20,000 car, there's $600 worth of government regulation in there. Now, it might be all for the right reasons, and that's fine, but other countries don't have this. So don't you think we ought to put a tariff maybe on $500 if you don't have that in your country? If we're doing our thing for the environment, other countries should be made to do their thing. And one way to pressure them to do that is to put tariffs on incoming product, taxes, if you will, okay? And if they do have good government regulations, then, they can come in free on that point, okay? We also have a case where in some countries, they pay their companies, they subsidize them because they want high employment. We don't do that in this country. Other countries do that. And we're trying to compete against countries that have subsidized product. Another puts our product at disadvantage, okay? High taxes. We're the highest taxed industrial nation in the world. That goes into our product cost. So here we go. We've got all these disadvantages, and that's not the end. That's just the beginning, okay? Benefits in our product, okay? Manufacturers pay for health care, and that gets in our product cost. We're one of the only countries where that happens. How much is that? Maybe $3,000, $4,000 on a $20,000 car. It's tremendous. And that's even, I'm talking Obamacare, whatever care. Right now, companies are forced to pay for it, and it gets into our product cost. That's not true of Europe. That's not true of China. So it puts us at a tremendous disadvantage. One of the biggies out there. Okay? The other thing is pension costs. Again, other countries, the pension cost is not in the product cost. Ours is. Okay? So we rightfully take care of our workers, but we should be promoting slave labor around the world by allowing products to come in our country without taxes and compete against our products, which are helping people. Okay? So that's one of the issues. And the other one, property rights. Property rights are critical, intellectual property rights. A lot of countries like China don't respect property rights. Well, a company invests a great deal in research and development to make a product. It should be protected. Most of the Western countries, in this case, do respect each other's patent laws. China is one of the outliers, okay? So China can take our products and reverse engineer them, okay? Get them on the market, and they're selling the product. It's the same, as good as ours, except they didn't put any of the research and development money into it that we had to. So think of all these issues. They're huge, okay? So we should have a tariff to equal that, okay? And it should be a scientific application of tariffs, like we did under the McKinley era, okay? So it's hard work. Got to look at each country and see, and see what's going on, okay? Then we should also look at something that the president's talking about a lot, reciprocity, which was a McKinley Republican idea 100 years ago, that we balance out trade as well, within reason. Now it's out of phase. So we have to look at all that, to get manufacturing back. And it's important we manufacture, The first government paper ever issued was by our first Secretary of the Treasury, Alexander Hamilton. And he made a strong point that a nation that's going to have leadership in the world has to manufacture. And this wasn't a revolutionary idea because we were mainly agriculture at the time. So he promoted that, and that would be followed by Henry Clay in the 1820s, who promoted protectionism of American products and manufacturing. On to Abraham Lincoln, was the first protectionist. Even during the Civil War, he decided we must buy American, and this went on. So this free trade is not free, and we have to face up to this, okay? And we have to stop saying that it's part of capitalism. Free trade is, but there is no free trade in the world. I mean, the best example would be trade between the states like Michigan and Ohio, where things are pretty balanced, right? Taxes, regulations, wages, but even there's differences, okay? But they're reasonable. If we had those type of differences around the world, it wouldn't be an issue with free trade. So I think we need to, for the good of the country, take a hard look at free trade.